I'm Precious McDowell, and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I am sharing my life with you. Particularly in this video, we are talking about my VSG journey and what my life is like 3 years later. I am going to be sharing with you guys a brief recap of the past 3 years, but then I'm going to dive into the lessons that I've learned, the challenges that I have faced, and then ultimately the results, which I'll go ahead and get that right now because I hate when creators wait until the very end of the video to tell you what the results are. But I am currently down over 100 pounds since I had my VSG surgery, and I couldn't be more excited to be here to talk to you guys about it today. Real quick though, can we get into my favorite non-scale victory? This right here. This little leg cross, I never in a million years thought that I would be so hyped about sitting down and comfortably crossing my legs, especially for an extended period of time without losing blood flow, without, losing feeling in my toes. This is definitely my favorite non-scale victory. I'm going to go ahead and link up here my VSG playlist for you guys so that if you are curious about my journey, you can go back to the very beginning and see it, what my thought process was like, where I was at mentally, the things that I did recovering, because let's be honest, it's been 3 years. I don't have the greatest memory. A lot of stuff I have forgotten. So if you are wanting those super, super in-depth details, or maybe you're considering bariatric surgery, or maybe you've just had bariatric surgery, so you're looking more for the beginner's insight, this is the playlist for you. Okay, so let's get into it. Why did I choose bariatric surgery? Long story short, I was tired of losing weight and then regaining the same weight that I had already lost. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. I had been struggling with my weight since I was about 15 years old. I was 37 years old when I had my bariatric surgery. And my only regret is that I didn't do it sooner, you guys. I had heard about bariatric surgery. I had seen it all over Instagram. I had even been accused of having bariatric surgery in my weight loss journey. And nope, I just had this mentality, this mindset that I needed to do it all natural. I could do it by myself. Um, Looking back, that was definitely my ego, and I definitely shot myself in the foot because I could have been feeling super fabulous much sooner. Message: sometimes you have to get out of your own way, okay? So anywho, yeah, I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired of losing 100 pounds, gaining 80 pounds, losing 100 pounds, gaining 80 pounds. And during COVID, my weight really spiked up. Um, Life was just super, super busy for me. And I was in a position where I really was not feeling fulfillment. And I was trying to fill the void from that lack of fulfillment. I was trying to fill it with food, and just thinking back now, like I was doing all the right things, but I was also doing the wrong things as well. So yes, I would eat healthy most of the time, but then when I would be unhealthy, I would completely binge out. With overeating and just doing things that I knew I wasn't supposed to do if I wanted to have certain results. And then I would try to punish myself in the gym. And a major lesson that I have learned in this journey is you cannot hate yourself to the body that you want. You cannot hate yourself to the lifestyle that you want. You have to get there through love. At least that was what it was for me. I operate in love. So I had to love myself to this point. But in 2022, I had that moment of enough is enough. And I went ahead and started looking into bariatric surgery. I found a surgeon that I wanted to work with. They were in Charlotte, North Carolina, which at the time I did not live in Charlotte yet. I actually lived 2 hours away. But that just goes to show the level of commitment that I had to my decision. That I went ahead and chose a surgeon that was 2 hours away. And thankfully, because of COVID, I was able to do a lot of my prerequisites virtually. So I didn't have to do too many trips up to Charlotte in the pre-op stages. I want to say that I came up to Charlotte once for, I don't know what to call it. It was kind of like an exercise appointment where they're basically looking to see like what your activity level is, how mobile you're able to be, which for me it was good because, like I said, I had been on a weight loss journey since I was 15. I was very active. I was 300 pounds, but I was a 300-pound weightlifting active woman. So yeah, I came up for that appointment. That went well. And then I only had to come up again for pre-op and surgery, which I just stayed the weekend for that. With those virtual appointments, I had to do, I had to get a lot of clearances to make sure that I was mentally sound for this surgery, to make sure that I had the proper expectations for the surgery, all that good stuff. But I got through it, and I want to say it only took 4 to 5 months. The only real hiccup I faced in my pre-op for my surgery was that my original surgery date was scheduled for January of 2022, and I actually, 72 hours before surgery, we had to do a COVID test, and I tested positive for COVID. Broke my heart. Broke my heart because I'm the type of person that when I'm ready to do something, I'm ready to do it. I don't want to wait. Let's go. But COVID was like, you're going to have to wait, girl. Thankfully, I only had to wait uh, a month. They scheduled me for the end of February. So I ended up getting a vertical sleeve gastrectomy in February of 2022. If you don't know what a vertical sleeve gastrectomy is, it's where they remove 80% of your stomach and the remaining 20% is drastically smaller, which restricts the amount that you're able to eat. Hence, calorie deficit, hence, weight loss. Now, one of the huge problems that I was having, that I know now that I didn't know back then, is that I'm insulin resistant. So when I was binging and just kind of going crazy with sugars and alcohols and things like that, my body was kind of resistant to the natural processes that, you know, handle it and get it out of there. I am not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional, so I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm telling you my story. That's what I'm saying. I'm just sharing with you my story. So if you want medical jargon and technology and terminology and all that stuff, then try the search bar. Now, despite the fact that I was 300 pounds, aside from the insulin resistance, I didn't have any major health issues when I went to have my surgery. I didn't have high blood pressure. My cholesterol was fine. My A1C was a little bit high, but not enough to be pre-diabetic. But all in all, I wanted a better life for myself. I was tired of carrying around that extra weight and just feeling so heavy all the time. Like everything hurt. My knees hurt, my back hurt. It it was rough. Okay? It was rough. And I am a naturally energetic person. I have very high energy. I like to laugh and have fun and just all these things, but carrying that extra weight, it really limited me and how I showed up in the world, where I feel like God has created us all to stand out and make our mark in the world. But because I had that extra weight, I did everything in my power not to be noticed. I wanted to take pictures and be in the back of the picture. When it came to getting dressed, I was not going to wear bright colors. It was always going to be dark, black, earth tones. And I still wear earth tones now, don't get it twisted, but this outfit that I'm in right now, you never would have caught me wearing this when I was 300 pounds. It's too bright, it calls too much attention. I didn't want to be seen. Don't look at me, don't notice me. I don't exist. That was my mentality. Now, as much as social media makes it easy to believe that you get this surgery and your life is just amazing immediately afterwards, I am here to give you a real raw truth. That is not the case. There is work that has to be done. This surgery is a tool, and it's definitely going to help you to do the work if you utilize it correctly. After surgery, it really, like, surgery is just step one. It is not the final goal. For a lot of people, they feel as though bariatric surgery is the end goal, and I'm here to tell you that it is not. It is the starting point. It is the starting point, and it's where you can really begin to do the work. So for me, having that restriction of my stomach not allowing me to eat, it forced me to have to deal with the things that I was trying to use food to fill the void for. So I had to start confronting my issues. And this is not about to be a therapy session. So we're not going to go all in depth on that. But I had to start doing the real work of finding the root cause, because my weight was really just a symptom. The overeating was just a symptom of the underlying issues that I needed to face and that I needed to address, which obviously I have. Hello. So, with that being said, let's get into the short term changes like immediately after surgery. Um, Naturally, I went from having like this big carnivorous stomach. Is carnivorous a word? I don't know. I'm going to look that up. But I went from having this very large stomach that allowed me to eat very large portions of food to literally 3 days after surgery, while I was still on the liquid diet, having soup and literally dipping the spoon in the soup, lick the front, lick the back. I did that 2 times and I started burping. Burping is my full cue. To this day, 3 years later, I still burp when I'm full. And I couldn't believe it. Like, that was an adjustment. Realizing that, or going from being able to eat 2 to 3 bowls of soup and still have room for more, to literally licking a spoon front and back 2 times and my stomach saying, okay, girl, let's chill out. That was a huge, huge adjustment. And so I went through it because food was my fake friend. You know your fake friends, the one that is never going to tell you the truth or tell you that you really need to deal with things, or like, girl, you know you wrong. No, the fake friend that'll let you come out of the house looking a mess. That was food for me. It was there whenever I needed it, but it never did any good. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. It was not fueling my body. It was just a bottomless pit for me. It was no good. But so yeah, I kind of went through a lot of different phases of the healing process and having to really reconcile my relationship with food to get to where I am today. I didn't run into any like negative side effects from my surgery. I was very blessed to have a smooth recovery, and I honestly credit that to I followed my doctor's orders, for one, and for two, the fact that I remained active. Like, literally the day that my mom, she came from Texas to help out, but she drove me from Charlotte back to where we were living, and like, I got home and I was like, okay, let's go do a walk around the block. Like, I'm the type of person, I really push myself. Um I'm a busybody. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I am a busybody. It is what it is. I'm a busybody. Can't sit still. So I really credit that my mentality, my mindset, and the fact that I have a hard time just sitting still. I credit that with me having a very smooth recovery. Um, Naturally, I was not able to work out the way that I was used to working out for the first 6 weeks. It was a very gradual process to me getting back into the gym. The same way after surgery, they like you can't just jump into eating whatever you want. It's okay, you got to stay on liquids because your stomach is healing. Now let's try you on pureed foods because your stomach is healing. Now let's try you on soft foods. Okay, now you're ready to go into a full diet. It was the same way with the gym. So initially, all I could do was go for walks because my body was still healing. And then gradually, my doctor cleared me to start lifting weights again. But it was okay, you can lift 5 pounds for the next couple of weeks. Okay, you can do 10 pounds. And then I want to say around the 6 week mark, she was like, okay, you're doing wonderful. You can get back to exercise with no restrictions. And it was fine. I didn't have any issues other than having to adjust to not having energy. Not having energy after your surgery is completely normal. Okay, I have a bariatric group, and a lot of women are like, oh, I'm just so tired all the time. Is something wrong? No, nothing is wrong. Your body is literally going from being used to consuming however many calories you used to consume in a day, which for me was a couple thousand. So you've got plenty of energy to, you know, dropping down to under 1,000 calories because you just cannot hold that much food. So yeah, your energy levels take a hit, and it takes time to get that energy back. And so it it was an adjustment for me because, I would go walk on the trails because, I was cleared to walk. But where I was used to taking, 3 to 5 mile walks, I would walk a mile and it was like, yo, get the car and come get me because I'm tired. I don't have energy to get back to the car. But that does not last forever. Okay. It does not last forever. Over time, your body will eventually get back to, it'll find its new normal with energy. And, for me, 3 years out, I'm full of energy. I'm able to go to the gym, knock out a workout, like all kinds of things. Okay. Now let's get into like the long term things, which was obviously, you want to get to your goal weight. So for me, initially, my goal weight was 200 pounds. That's what I wanted. On surgery day, I weighed in at 298 pounds and I wanted to get down to 200. A couple of reasons. Number one, I did not want to be skinny. I, to this day, I don't want to be skinny. People have different goals for their body, and that's fine. I'm not here to shame or judge anyone for what they want. Your body is your body, and you can do with it what you choose. For me, I knew that I didn't want to be skinny. So, where I had seen people get this surgery at the same weight that I was and drop down to 130 pounds, 140 pounds, I was like, yo, I'm not trying to do that. That's not for me. I feel like personally, I would be out here looking like a bobblehead. Just a little popsicle stick with a balloon for a head, like Mr. Mackey on South Park. I didn't want that for myself. So my initial goal weight was 200 pounds. And I just felt like if I could get to 200 pounds, I could see what that looked like, what that felt like, if that was a comfortable point for me, and then make adjustments as needed. Now, naturally, I was not in the headspace where I was like, I need to be 200 pounds in 3 months. That's a lot of weight. To lose 100 pounds in 3 months for me was not feasible. There are people out there that they get their bariatric surgery and they lose a lot of weight really, really fast. And that's completely normal. Again, we are all different and we all have different lifestyles. So we're going to have different um, results. Our journeys are not going to look 100% the same, and that's okay. What you have to remember is do not compare yourself, because comparison is the thief of joy. So don't do that. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Stay in your own lane, because you will sabotage yourself trying to compare yourself to somebody else and to like be constantly changing, trying to do what other people are doing. Do what works for you and stick with that no matter what anybody says. I'm telling you, that is the biggest piece of advice I can give you. Do what works for you, and anybody else be damned. Okay? Okay. So, with that being said, understanding that I was not going to just drop 100 pounds in 3 months, I trusted my body and I let my body do its thing. Did I run into stalls? Yes, I absolutely did. I had the infamous 2 week stall, like after surgery, because you drastically reduce your caloric intake, you drop a lot of weight. I want to say I dropped like 20 pounds in the first 2 weeks. And then I stalled out. Stalls are normal. My body was like, yo, we just lost 20 pounds. What the hell is going on? Are we starving? Are we in a state of emergency? We need to hold on to everything. And that's completely normal. It like you have to give your body time to figure out what's going on and to adjust to your new baseline. Every time you lose a significant amount of weight, your body's going to be like, pump the brakes. I need to know what's going on. So don't be freaked out if you're running into stalls. It's normal. Through this process of, getting to my goal and facing like different challenges, I realized I ended up growing so much. I never in a million years would have thought that my weight loss journey was going to also be a healing journey. It was going to be an emotional growth journey. It was going to be a self discovery journey. Because as I went along, I started to get to know myself again. Like I said earlier, I am naturally a very high energetic person. I've been that way since I was a child. But when my weight got to the point that I was no longer happy with myself, it was like my natural aura, the essence of who I am as a person was suppressed under that weight. And as the weight was coming off, I started discovering who I am again, like realizing I love being active. I like doing things like rollerblading and playing tennis and jumping on trampolines or busting out dancing and singing in the middle of the gym for no apparent reason other than my song is on and I'm feeling good and I want to share that energy with the world. But at 300 pounds, I wasn't doing none of that. At 300 pounds, I was trying to find a corner to do my workout in and get out of the gym before anybody noticed me because I was embarrassed. And it feels good not to have that anymore. And like just over these 3 years, I have been able to peel back layer after layer after layer and just rediscover who Precious is and what Precious likes and what Precious is all about. Not hiding behind these layers that I put on myself because I felt ashamed that things were so out of control. Like this feeling of freedom. I said that my favorite non scale victory was the ability to cross my legs. I take that back. My favorite non scale victory is the freedom that I have now, the confidence to just show up fully in this world as who I am and not give a damn. Like, I don't care. I don't care. There is a lot of hiding that I used to do. Like, I don't hide anymore. I used to, if you look at my older videos, I always would wear makeup because there are certain things, like I have PCOS, which I have hair growth on my neck, and the plucking has left me scarred. And I used to be really embarrassed about that. So I would do a full face of makeup to try to take away the attention from the scarring on my neck. And now I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. This is me. I like me. And if you don't like me, that's fine. Clearly, I'm not your person. Move along because I like me. And I'm not going to allow anyone to make me not like me. Period. So, like this weight loss journey, it's been so much more than just losing the weight. Okay? Okay, let's move on because I could stay here forever. So, I would have to say, the three biggest lessons or the three biggest categories that I had to work in were one, discipline. Discipline, because let me tell you something. That restriction, in the bariatric community, we call it the honeymoon period, which is like the first 6 months after your bariatric surgery. That is when sticking to the plan and losing weight and all that follow, like, it's a cakewalk. It is a honeymoon. Everything is good. You don't have any issues other than the occasional stall or maybe finding out that your new stomach doesn't like certain foods, stuff like that. But nothing major. You are literally just moving along and things are great. After that honeymoon period ends, though, once the restriction starts to go away and you find yourself being able to eat more, because let's be like, your stomach is tissue. It can grow. You can stretch that bad boy back out. Okay. If you've never watched my 600-pound life, go watch my 600-pound life and see Dr. Now fuss these people out because they went and stretched their stomachs back out. So that's where discipline kicks in. It is up to you, while utilizing the tool of bariatric surgery, to incorporate the skills, to build the skills, to build the discipline so that your lifestyle and your tool are working hand in hand to get you the results that you want. Number two, patience, 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 patience. This kind of goes back to what I was saying about understanding that I wasn't going to lose, 100 pounds in 3 months. You have to be patient and you have to trust the process. It's not going to happen overnight. Like I pointed out, this is a growth journey. The faster you grow, the faster you'll get results. Now, that doesn't mean that you should just be out here rushing it. No, absolutely not. But I would encourage you to definitely take it in and enjoy the moment that you are in presently. Yes, look to the future. Yes, let the past remind you, but spend the majority of your focus in the here and now and be patient. Number three, self love. And really, I feel like this needs to be number one because, like I said in the beginning, you cannot hate yourself into the body that you want. You have to love yourself there. It wasn't until I started looking in the mirror and being like in love when I looked in the mirror, like, girl, I love you. And it didn't happen when I got to this body that I have currently. This started happening 2 years ago. where I was looking at, no, 2 years is no, it actually started happening. I want to say like within 3 months after surgery, I was looking in the mirror and I started falling in love with myself again and noticing that my confidence was going up. And that was because I like me. Like I was just saying, it doesn't matter who doesn't like me. I like me. And because I like me, it has impacted so many other areas of my life. I feel like I am a better wife. I'm definitely a better mother. I am a better friend. I am better all around because I accept me. There's a cliche saying that you hear, and people are like, until you love yourself, nobody else can. I'm here to tell you that that is the truth. Because until you love yourself, you are not going to show up fully as who you are. Therefore, how can anyone truly love you if they don't even know who you are? Message. Okay, so that's the short and sweet on my life since surgery. So currently, because I know you guys want to know, I currently am weighing in at 195 pounds. I know you guys are going to have the question about loose skin. I know I look incredible. Thank you. Thank you. But baby, these compression leggings are it. So I'm going to share with you guys. I've shared videos before about my loose skin, but I'm going to give you a more recent update. I have to force myself not to suck this in. If I suck it in, this is what it looks like. But I'm gonna let it all hang out. So this is where we are. As you can see, it's all in my abdomen. The loose skin is in my abdomen. Do I plan to go for loose skin removal? Yes, that'll be another video. We're not going to talk about that today. So the lowest that I'm willing to drop down to is 170 pounds. But we're going to see how I look at 185, and then we'll see how I look at 180 if 185 is not where I'm happy at. In a nutshell, that's my journey over the last 3 years. If this is something that you're considering, if you're thinking about bariatric surgery and you came across this video, first of all, thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become a part of the family, because there will be many videos documenting my journey as we continue. The biggest thing I can tell you is this is your health and it's up to you to take control of it. So when it comes to finding the right doctor, if a doctor doesn't feel good for you, don't go with that surgeon. Don't, because this is your life that you are changing. It takes a lot of trust to go and allow somebody to cut out a chunk of your stomach, or depending on what surgery you get, reroute your intestines or whatever is going to happen. It takes a great amount of trust, and it's a partnership. You and your bariatric team have to work together to get you where you want to go. So pull out all the stops when it comes to finding the right doctor for you. If it does not sit well in your stomach, don't do it. Don't say, well, since they take my insurance, I guess I'll just go ahead. Worst idea ever. I'd recommend you not do that. Manage your expectations. Don't come into this, and I cannot stress this enough. Do not come into this thinking that you are going to be at your goal in a couple of months. Because even, like I said, I have a bariatric group that I'm a part of. And in there, I see women post and they lose their weight really, really quickly. And then they post a post saying, I thought I'd be happier, but I'm not. Don't rush it. The beauty of the journey is the journey. Learn the lessons along the way. Appreciate the blessings along the way. Trust me. That is just make sure you have managed expectations, okay? And if you don't, I hope you have a good therapist. Most of all, understand that this is a lifestyle that you are committing to. You need to be 100% committed. Now, does that mean that you can never have a slice of pizza again? Absolutely not. Does that mean that you can never have a cookie again? Absolutely not. But you need to understand that it's what you do most of the time that matters more than what you do some of the time. So make sure that you are making better decisions most of the time, and then allow yourself room to breathe. Okay, I feel like something that really hindered me prior to my bariatric surgery was I had obsessive compulsions about losing weight. So I would severely restrict myself, and then that's what would lead to me binging out because I had no balance. It was all or nothing for me. But now that I'm living my life where I'm like, I think I do want a glass of wine tonight. More often than not, I don't even finish my glass of wine. More often than not, I don't even finish my food. but I allow myself balance, and without having that restriction. Think of it like having really strict parents. Like when you have really strict parents as a kid, what do you want to do? You want to rebel, you want to wild out, you want to see what you're missing. Versus when you have parents that give you a healthy amount of freedom to make decisions and choices for yourself. Okay? Message. So, you guys, just remember everybody's journey is different. Your journey is your journey. My journey is my journey. Her journey is her journey. Their journey is their journey. Eyes on your own paper. Focus on yourself. Stay in your own lane. That's it. That's all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am so glad to be here talking with you guys again. I'm so excited for the videos that are to come in the future. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Officially join my YouTube family, and we are going to continue this journey together. Let's build this community and let's get healthy and fine as hell together. Okay, bye.